Hi everyone!
Hey!
Welcome to the Girls in the Yarn Cafe, our 21st cup.
Wow.
I know.
We're old enough
to drink on this show, and we have water and Pepsi. Yeah. We should have brought alcohol for this episode.
I have a bottle of wine.
No, I'm okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Not going to do it. I don't even... That's why I have a bottle of wine. Because it's never been opened. It's never been opened because I don't really drink.
Anyways.
Once in a while. Anyway, welcome.
It is July 22nd.
Yes.
Is that right? And it is Saturday, coming from a very nice, comfortable place.
Cool house.
In
Payson, Utah. My air conditioning is now fixed.
Finally fixed. I told her yesterday, I'm like, if it's not fixed, I'm not coming over.
I'm like, if it's not fixed,
so bad.
I don't want you here.
It's so funny, though, because honestly, it's been like the hottest 2 weeks of the year.
We moved into this house the first week of June, and I'm like, Vaughn, it's not that bad. Maybe we just shouldn't get it fixed. I mean, the house stays pretty cool. It was staying like really 72. Does. And then like 3 weeks ago, the heat waves started hitting. We were at 108 when we went to our knit night. It was 108 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. And my house was, it was a nice, cool and breezy 85. And the other night was the first night that I actually was sitting on our bed at night going, it wasn't cooling down. That was my first really miserable night. Because every other night it had cooled down to about, and outside at about 65 to 70. Mm-hmm. My house would cool down to about 75.
I just go and lay outside.
It was so
bad. And I feel your pain, though, because on my birthday this last week, my AC was turned off because our power got shut off.
For how long?
It was out.
For
about 2.5 hours in the morning. So my fan wasn't working, so I woke up.
You poor thing.
I know. It got to like 74 in my house. It was ridiculous.
Seriously, it got up to 85 in my house one day.
Gosh.
And I just was like, okay, I'm so glad we're getting it fixed. We had to get a whole new unit, which was fine.
Yeah. Worth it?
Totally worth it. Ended up being like had a guy working on it that was a friend of a friend who does it during the day, and he does it on the side at night. Got us a huge discount, and we were told we thought it was going to be one amount. It ended up being, I got to do my math, 2.5 times what we thought it was going to be for the unit.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, get me my checkbook. Don't even care. Let's do this. Oh, it's so nice now. Cooking yarn.
I'm glad.
Cooking yarn in my house.
Oh my gosh. It gets hot in my house.
Yeah. After work, I would do it in the evenings after work when it was the hottest part of the day, but I had to do it.
Yeah.
I'm in my little workout shorts because I don't work out really, but
it makes you feel like you're more healthy though.
It does. I feel very athletic and like, yeah, sporty.
I told Eric that I'm like, I don't look sporty, but I pull off the sporty look really well. Yeah, so people think I'm healthier than I am.
That's what I'm like. I like these cute little shorts and the tank tops and my sports bras. And I
just got back from working out.
I'm working out. I'm stirring the dye in the pot.
Picking up the pot.
That's right. I'm picking up those heavy pots.
So if you can't tell, hold on.
Yeah,
if you can't tell, we're excited about that. But also, this is a fiber-related podcast. We didn't even introduce anything yet, really.
No, but I did drop a dye pot on my toe this week.
I don't know what I want to talk about more. Who we actually are, or your toe. I think we need to talk about your toe.
I'm claiming workman's comp.
Who's going to pay you? Yourself?
It was traumatic. I almost passed out. It was so heavy.
You said you couldn't even talk or cry. You're just like...
It was really funny this morning. I woke up and my feet were cold because we have air conditioning as of last night. And I'm like, Vaughn, I'm getting frostbite. My toe's purple. Look. Because I have a bruise now. It's traumatic.
So funny.
Okay, but we are the Girls in the Yarn Cafe. And this is a knitting podcast. Yes. Knitting, crocheting.
Maybe.
Whatever else.
As soon as we learn how to do it, we'll show it. We just are a little obsessed with knitting.
Yeah, so we're kind of in training of how to do a podcast too still.
Yeah. We're figuring that out.
We don't really know what we're doing.
21 episodes in, we still didn't even know what we're doing.
No.
But I'm Trysten. I'm the dyer behind Dragon Horde Yarn.
And I'm Christy, and I'm the dyer behind Yarn Cafe Creations.
And I'm Christy's daughter.
I'm Tristan's mom.
What?
I know.
And so you can find me on Etsy. I need to talk to the administrators or something to change my name. I'm working on it. But on Etsy, I'm Fingers of Fury.
Yes.
And then on Instagram, I'm Dragon Horde Yarn, Dragon_Horde_Yarn. Ravelry, I am Dragon Horde Yarn.
And I am Yarn Cafe Creations on Etsy and Yarn_Cafe_Creations on Instagram. And Yarn Cafe Creations on Ravelry.
See how nice that sounds.
I know. And we have a group on Ravelry too, and it's the Girls in the Yarn Cafe, so make sure you check that out.
We've got a couple threads going right now, a few of them about to be activated here pretty soon.
Yes.
For a couple new knit alongs that we're going to be doing, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So how was your week other than your AC?
It was good. We got some deadlines taken care of. I'm presenting in Orlando in the fall for a big conference. Got my presentation done. I don't even know why they needed it that early, but they wanted me to turn in my slides they wanted me to turn them in like a month ago, and I was a little late. So I got them done last Friday.
Yeah.
So yay. How about you?
Well, it was my birthday.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
And I usually don't make a huge deal about my birthday, but this year Facebook does something really cool where you can find like an organization that people can donate to. So I did mine for suicide prevention, and I didn't realize it goes past your birthday. And so we hit the mark, which is, just a couple $100, and then people just kept adding to
donating.
And I just, it's still going on. I mean, I have a private account, so I don't think any of you can really donate to it. It's okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I was just amazed, and people are continuing to donate to it. A lot of the people have known similar, like the same people that we have, that we've all lost similar people, or the same people, and been affected by it that way. So it was just really cool to see like the whole community coming together and being like, yeah, let's donate to this cause. So that was probably the coolest part of my birthday. And also getting my early birthday present from my mother to go see Andrea Mowry and take a class by her.
Technically, you bought your own ticket, and then I gave you money to buy yarn.
And I bought yarn, and it was great.
But that was an amazing experience.
Oh my gosh.
It was like fun. So intimate. There was only 10 people? 10 people and Andrea Mowry.
And we snagged the last 2 spots.
What?
I can't believe it.
They called Trysten the morning as we were on our way, and they're like, "Are you guys coming? Because we have a waiting list," and we're like, "Oh, we're almost there."
Yeah, and the lady when I reserved the spots, she's like, "Well, you can pay when you get here." I'm like, "Okay." And the lady on the phone was like, "You were supposed to have paid beforehand if you were reserving your spot." I'm like, "I was not aware.
We were not told that.
Please don't take my spot away. We're like 5 minutes away. We were really like 20 minutes away."
Yeah, you think she's like a strong personality, but she almost crumbled and started crying. She almost peed herself in my car. We're almost there. We're coming. But it was really fun.
It was so
Andrea is just sweet and down to earth, and just she took time with everybody in that class that needed it. If you raised your hand, or even it wasn't even that formal of a setting. It was like, "Hey Andrea, what do you think of this?" Or she would come over and sit by you and go over it with you. Yeah. We were with her for 4 hours, so we were pretty much like family and besties right now.
She would go around the shop with us and pick out colors for different things, like so we could not even just buy just to see how color would complement each other, or maybe be completely contrasting and look awful, but like knitted up would look amazing. She really opened our eyes with some of these things.
Go get some of the yarn and bring it back, and we'll talk about the colors you chose. And if you need my help picking colors.
It was really informative, the way that she went about actually teaching the class. And then no one knew how to brioche, and so we spent some time brioching, which was really cool. I kind of felt like a superstar.
She was doing really well. Brioche, I'm gonna do it. I like it. I liked it. It wasn't
flowing.
It wasn't tickling my fancy at that moment.
Yeah.
I liked it, but they said bring yarn, and I loved the colors I brought.
So
but I would have probably, if I'm in a brioche, I probably would have picked some different
Yeah, and that's why I picked one solid that I brought. I put 2 together. I'm like, okay, these would look okay brioche. And then I completely changed my mind when we got there. But we brought so much of our own yarn.
I brought 9 or 10 skeins.
It was a giant bag. I'm like, I don't know what
Other people have 2 partial skeins sitting in front of them.
But some other people had a giant tote as well.
Yeah.
So that was okay.
It was really fun. There was some nice people there. It was at what's it called? Blazing Needles. Yeah, in Salt Lake City, and it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. And
Andrea is amazing.
I told Vaughn, I said, if I'm not home right after, it's because Andrea totally wanted us to go to dinner with her.
Which she didn't.
And I showed up right after it was over. He's like, "Oh, you're back so soon?" I'm like, "Yeah."
We had plans.
Yeah. She asked me if I could go to dinner, and I said, I got to get home to my boyfriend. I'm still moving in. Sorry, Andrea.
On the way home, though, it was so weird. My back started, because we were going to go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And I started dying.
Thought we thought her kidney stone was back, but
I think it's just the way I'm sleeping or something.
I think she just wants attention. It was her birthday week. And she was like, I
wasn't getting enough attention already.
I just need a little more.
I did have a day off work, though, and that was so nice.
Nice.
I took my birthday off, and honestly, I didn't do anything except for all the things that I was needing to do. I went and ran my errands, went to school, did 4 hours of homework.
Sometimes that's totally, like, worth it.
Oh my gosh, I was so relaxed by the end of the night that it was ridiculous. I just sat there knitting. I'm like, what is this feeling?
I know. What is this feeling? Exciting
and new. Or dorks.
I know.
Anyways, but with Andrea, she's so excited with some of the new things that she's coming out with, and she didn't drop any too much information or too many teasers or anything, but I know she is playing with some more faded stuff in the future.
And that brings up a really important thing.
Yes.
Yes. I was a little sad. I love Andrea Mowry's designs, and I love the fact I'm so excited for her that she came up with the fade.
Yeah.
How exciting. I mean, if it was one of us or one of you that came up with that, and the way it's taken off, and the way that people...
Isn't it getting an award?
Probably.
Like a Ravelry award or something? I think they were talking about it there. Because it's the fastest selling pattern.
Yeah. I mean, and as podcasters, we're, without even trying, every podcaster is influential.
Yes.
We're all influential in what we create, what we promote, what we are negative about, and I was really sad. I've watched a couple podcasts over the last few weeks, and I've heard some negative comments about the fade, and I was like, oh,
especially
so sad.
After meeting her and seeing how passionate she is about it and how excited she was when people. She made it for her. She didn't make it for anyone else when she came out with the Find Your Fade.
That was the coolest part of her story.
Love that.
Was she's like, I had been creating things that I thought people would like, and I was doing designs and using colors. I thought, maybe people will like this, or this is what's in style. And she goes, when I put the fade together, I was just like, I'm just gonna do what I like.
If there's 7 colors, who cares?
She didn't even
put 7 colors in it.
She's like,
no.
Most people wouldn't do 7 colors. I'm doing 7 colors. I don't even care. I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
She's like, I had no idea it would take off the way it did.
Yeah.
And now she's made the what's the sweater?
The So Faded that I'm working on. The For Your Fade.
And I think she's working on a new
one. She let slip that she's working on some new in that genre.
And I know that some people might be kind of sick of hearing about fades, which I'm not, but I know some people are. I'm just barely jumping on
that. I have to admit, I was a little bit on the Find Your Fade when it first came out because I wasn't interested in knitting it.
Yeah, and
because I didn't have a stash.
But I was sad when I heard some podcasters saying how sick of it they were, and how they, if they see another podcast or another fade show up some,
on Instagram
or whatever,
or
on a whatever, that it would make them vomit or something. And I just thought, if it was my design, I would have been so hurt if I heard people say that. And true, you might be sick of it.
Yeah. And that's totally fine. That's your opinion.
But gosh, I hope that that people understand that that's that's somebody's pride in their art and their work, and we're not going to love everybody's art. That's fine.
No, and if you don't like something, that's totally fine. But
man,
where people who podcast have a following and people watch them to get ideas, to see what they like, to see what they're working on, they're obviously interested in what they think about different knits.
It works on me. There have been projects.
I'm gonna knit an eyeball shawl.
There have been projects.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yep, that I wasn't gonna ever make, but because somebody promoted it, I was like, I'm doing that. And then there's also been times where someone was like, I'm sorry, you guys, this pattern was this was tricky and this didn't make sense, and so I had to stop. And I thought, I was gonna make that.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't, because I'm still I consider myself kind of newish to intermediate.
Yeah.
And so we're super influential. I hope just people keep that in mind when they're promoting or being negative about something, that not everybody feels that way.
I know.
I'm sorry, Andrea. That
little tangent of us, but
I just feel bad because we're like her favorite people now. She's my favorite designer right now.
She is for me too.
Seriously. So she's influenced me a lot.
And she's so humble about it, and she works so hard, and so it was just really sad to hear that, or see Instagram posts of that before, hear it from people. I understand. But if you're in a place where people watch you, or you're influential and people listen to you, maybe just say, it's not for me, maybe it'd be for you.
And I hope we don't sound like we're scolding people. Maybe what we should be saying is, hey, viewers, if you hear negativity about something,
don't give up on it.
Just form your own opinion.
I need to do better
about that too myself. Because
I do too.
Like I said, people are
I get influenced.
I get influenced. So that really was
maybe I'm going to hate the eyeball shawl.
That was a reality check for me. To be like, okay, I've got to do what I want then too and form my own opinions. Anyway, that's enough.
We're not in the heavy cream yet, guys. That was just our little tangent because of how much we love Andrea. And, I mean, I'm planning on making a couple more of her faded items just because I think it's a great idea and it looks pretty and I like her designs.
Well, and I've seen
form your own opinions.
I've seen designers that I look at their stuff and go, not my thing. I'm not into that. I don't think it's pretty. I don't think it's cool. But I would never, ever.
Or it's terrifying and you know that you couldn't do it. Like, I probably, Michelle Wong terrifies me with all of her cabling.
Hers looks really hard, but maybe it's not.
But they look amazing.
But they're beautiful.
Yeah. But
anyway,
maybe I should just knit one and see.
That's probably enough on that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Last thing on my week.
I didn't mean to.
I rocked a test. I know, I saw that. I'm like, okay. It's so funny though, my teacher, what I'm doing right now is I'm not going to class at all except for the day for the test prep, and then I'm going to go and take my test the next day or the day after. And my teacher has been like advertising basically, this test is so much harder than the first one. I'm pretty sure I did so much better on this one.
Good.
And I went to class less.
Good, because I mean you had an advantage, which was kind of a crappy advantage. I mean, you had to take the hard class first.
Oh my gosh. If I had this class to begin with, I would at least know what, like, a histogram was. And we spent the entire time talking about it. Halfway through, I'm like, what is this?
Exactly. Well, that's exciting that you're almost done with this semester, really.
And then one more semester.
Unfinished. And I have one last thing that's exciting about this week.
Okay.
We purchased a tractor. Yeah.
A brand new one, though.
A brand spanking new tractor.
Oh my gosh, there's so many songs you need to play when Vaughn's out on the tractor.
I can't.
So many songs.
There was a couple songs. Every time he would talk about tractors, that I would start in my head. My head would start singing them because they were old country songs. That one, and there's another one called John Deere Green by Joe Diffie.
Yeah, me listen to
and
that.
That's an old song, but every time he would say, "Oh, we could get the John Deere one," I'd be like, "John Deere Green." In my head, I'm like, "Shush, stop." For
it's
days.
So fun when things like that happen, though. Like, someone
fun.
will say something, and then you'll, like, just get something in your head like that. Like, you said something earlier.
Today?
Forgiveness. You said just the word forgiveness, and every time someone says that, it cracks me up because of the movie Just Friends. The girl in it, she sings a song called Forgiveness is More Than Saying Sorry.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And so every time I die.
So anyway.
But only on the inside.
That's how our week was. It was pretty awesome because I got AC, but anyway.
Yeah, that's the
and
biggest
your birthday.
thing. And my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm now 27. I spent the entire last year thinking I was 27. I'm now my age.
Which means I'm going to be 47 this year. 20 years apart. So
Oh,
let's get on to knitting stuff.
All right, so we have some administrative.
Oh, wait, let's not get on to knitting stuff yet. Let's go to the admin stuff.
Administrative. So... so we still have the SS Cal going on, which is the shorty and the shoebox Cal.
Yes.
And I was thinking, we had it going for 9 months, but the thing with the shorties is you usually wear the shorties in the summer, right?
True.
Spring and summer. So what if we started in April, what if we just have it go 12 months to April? Because when April hits, you get to wear that whole year's worth of socks.
I say we just keep it going, keep doing the drawings every month like we've been doing.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the 12 months in
true.
April, we can do a big prize for people that have the entire thing.
Yeah, I'm like game for whatever.
So maybe we'll do that.
For those of you that have made, 3 months worth.
Oh my gosh, people have been making like 4 or 5 each month. I'm so impressed, guys. I haven't even finished my one. The fly is still in here.
Oh my gosh, we have a fly in here.
It's a big one.
Can't get it right.
Anyway.
So, and then
for those who don't know what the shorty and the shoebox Cal
yell
is.
At me.
I'm sorry. For those who don't know what the shorty and the shoebox Cal is for new viewers. So what you're going to do is we're going to have a thread open each month in our Ravelry group. And you just need to knit a shorty sock or a pair of shorty socks for you. It's still a little bit of a selfish knit, so no kids socks. You can do it with whoever's yarn, and just post it in there. And every month we're going to do a drawing for each month.
From the finished objects?
Mm-hmm, from the finished objects threads. We have chatter and a finished objects. And then at the end of everything, once you get everything in like a shoebox size box, we don't want this giant thing unless you end up having like 4 or 5 socks for each month.
You can do a trunk for all we care.
You can do that. I don't care. Or maybe we'll do multiple.
Whatever.
We'll figure it out.
Details.
But so our idea behind it was there's so many sock knitting things going around. Like, I mean, just for Kristen's
Yarngasm podcast.
Yarngasm, what is it though?
It's I don't know.
Year-long knit along with the
something
socks.
In a box, something box of socks.
Box of socks knit along. Wow.
It's like a Dr. Seuss thing.
I love it.
Anyway.
But you're gonna have leftovers, and so why not just make some extra ones and throw them in ours? Yeah. Super easy.
And then we can kind of, you know, live off of Kristen's
during the winter. Oh, no.
Just kidding. No, that's not at all what we'd be doing.
She doesn't even watch this. Anyway.
You don't know that. She could totally... Hi, Kristen. I know you're probably watching.
There are some people I want to say hi to, though.
Let's see. Who've
been reaching out. Hi, Jody.
And
Tracy.
And Molly.
Hi,
and
Molly.
We have so many friends.
We have so many people, but those are just the recent ones that we've been talking to. I've been talking to Tracy a bit because, you know,
she's like awesome. Best friends now.
No. She's just really awesome. She's really fun to talk to. I just want to say hi.
She's sweet.
She really is.
Tracy has the grocery.
She's such a gracious person.
So gracious. Like real. She's real gracious.
I love her. Anyways, so we have that going on. We have a new cal coming up in August.
Yes, we do, for my Move Into the Country shawl. That is starting on August 1st, and it is going to run for 30 days. Right?
Duration of a month. And if you use yarn from my shop or from Trysten's shop, you get an extra entry. Mm-hmm. It is being co-hosted by the Naughty Knitwits, so you can post in our thread on our group on Ravelry, the Girls in the Yarn Café, or you can post on the Naughty Knitwits thread on their Ravelry. Yes.
We're so excited and thankful that they agreed
I love them.
To do that, because they're two of our favorite people
in the world.
It's one of my favorite podcasts ever. Yeah,
I just barely started talking to Leslie. I've been talking to Michelle in the past and stuff, and Leslie's hilarious too.
Yeah, they're super
I love
fun.
them both.
They're just real. I love it.
I'm so excited to see them.
They're
Are
great.
They going to Rhinebeck?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't.
You better be going to Rhinebeck.
I hope they're going to Rhinebeck.
Just saying. We just bought our tickets, and so
we're
legit going.
Yeah, we are.
As long as I can still take my midterms.
You are.
I'm locked in.
There's no word.
Yeah,
plane tickets purchased. So. Anyway,
Anyways.
Our next cal we're going to be doing. There's another one coming up. It's the Rhinebeck.
August.
Speaking of Rhinebeck. The Rhinebeck Sweater 2017 Knit Along, where it starts August 1st, and that will be co-hosted by Taylor of the Wool Needles Hands podcast.
Hi, Taylor.
She's one of our favorite people in the whole wide world. Love her. And but it's totally me. I gave her incorrect information. So on her podcast, she announced it starting September 1st.
I'm sorry, that does not give a lot of time.
Sorry, it starts September 1st, or August 1st.
Oh my gosh, stop!
Okay. Do not put me in charge. Do not. And Taylor's like, we were texting, and she's like, oh, sorry, I should have gotten that information verified beforehand. I said I probably would have still told you September 1st.
Yeah, you would have.
Because in my head, it was starting in September. Yeah. I should look at my show notes for last time to see what I posted on last video, because I might have put September 1st.
Oh, gosh.
It's August 1st.
It's August 1st, guys. So we're going to be putting up some threads tonight. So after you watch the podcast, because, fly. Sorry.
What just happened?
The fly was going to attack you. I saved your life.
I saw him coming.
Okay.
I was like, don't.
Oh, I hit him. Gross.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
Anyway.
So we're going to be putting up threads for the chatter threads for both the Rhinebeck Sweater Knit Along and the Move Into the Country cal.
Mm-hmm.
And just post what you're going to be using with them. I'm really excited to see the colors, the for the sweater knit along, I want to see the patterns. I want to see what you guys are planning on doing.
The sweater one is any pattern, any sweater, adult size, and it has to be for you.
Yes.
You do not need to be going to Rhinebeck to participate. You can just kind of do it along with those of us.
It's just a sweater knit along,
it's just kind of be part of. We just want everybody to be able to have a support system to make a sweater. So any yarn, any pattern, as long as it's an adult size and it's for you, we'd love to see pictures of you in your sweater when you're done.
I would love that.
I love that. I love seeing people in their knitwears. Yeah.
And as well, anytime we do a knit along, if you use our yarn, you get an extra entry.
There'll be a drawing.
Keep that in mind.
The price for our drawing for that, the Rhinebeck sweater, will be
your choice of yarn from both of our shops. So you get one skein from each of us, and maybe a project bag. We'll see.
Or a stitch marker. And Taylor also is going to be doing a drawing from her thread, and she's going to give away 2 skeins of her yarn.
Yeah. And if I believe this is correct, if you use her yarn in her thread, you will get 2 entries.
Okay.
So
perfect.
Keep that in mind. You got a couple months to do it. Lots of beautiful, beautiful autumn colors are being released right now. So go check those out. Unless you want to Stephen West it up and do some bright, fun colors, go for it.
And Taylor's shop is fiberforthepeople yarn.com.
Yes.
Fiberforthepeople yarn.com. That's her shop. And don't forget, there is still time to get in on the Stone Arch Shawl by Sarah Ermish knit along that we have in our Ravelry group. There's still time.
Leo's Lovely Treasures.
Yeah, she's Leo's Lovely Treasures on Instagram and on Ravelry. But she's a beautiful designer. And so there's still time till the end of July to get in on that knit along. And then we will be doing a drawing the first week of August for that one.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah. So we have a drawing. Last week, or last podcast, we mentioned April 9 Design, who is Sweet Charlotte. She offered to give away a bag from her new line of project bags, and all you had to do was go onto our Ravelry group, onto the post, and tell her or us which one you would want to win if you won. So we drew for that this morning.
And so it was post number, did you say 42?
Yes.
And so knickknacks.
And I tried to find
won.
knickknack. I tried to find your name.
You have a blog and you don't even have your name on it.
At least where I couldn't find it, but.
She picked the brown coffee bag, which I absolutely love too.
That's the one that she gave me. Yeah.
Do you have it?
I do somewhere.
Somewhere?
It's over with my bags.
It's too far.
But it's too far. This room is so big. We don't even want to get up and walk the 2 steps.
Oh my gosh, it's so messy though.
We showed it on the last podcast.
So yay!
Knickknacks.
It was so funny reading that whole thing though. I had to go in and alter it because people just kept picking random bags from her shop, not just the 5 listed. Yeah. And so I kept altering the description, be like, only these 5 bags.
Oh, I didn't even notice you did that.
Because I saw, I agree, that llama bag is cute, but it wasn't one of them.
That's not one of the 5. Sorry, guys.
I thought it was funny, though. Okay, so just the last administrative thing that we want to talk about is how we're going to be doing our shops from now on, or at least a trial run to see how it works. So you came up with the idea, so why don't you go with it?
Well, we both live very busy lives, as do most yarn dyers. Whether you're just dyeing yarn, or you're working a job, or you're raising a family while you're a yarn dyer, or a bag maker, or any kind of maker. Of any sort. And, this has been new to us over the last year, and we've been trying to gain our footing and trying to find the best system for making the yarn, putting it in our shop, keeping up on things. So what I'm going to start doing, and I'm not sure you're doing it exactly the same, I'm going to start doing weekly updates on Friday mornings, and I will probably close my shop during the week, and I haven't figured out exactly how that's going to work, but I know for this coming week I'm going to be closing my shop on Monday night, so that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday it will be closed. Oh my gosh.
God. I'm gonna kill that thing. You don't have a fly swatter, do you?
In the kitchen.
I can run around and try to kill. He just knocked everything off my lap.
Such drama. So I will be doing probably a video update on Instagram on Thursday, sometime on Thursday. So make sure you turn on your notifications on Instagram so that you're notified when I post that video. And I will show all of the yarns that I will have in that update on Friday morning. I'm narrowing down my colors weekly, but I will still have all my colors, but they won't all be released every week. I just have to narrow it down somehow. But I'm expanding the bases that they'll be on.
Yeah. So we both have more bases that we're going to be dyeing them on. I only have like 3. I think you have like
I do,
5.
but I don't have that's the problem is when you have 50 or 60 colors in your shop.
You can't offer it on all of them.
I can't dye it on all of my bases. So we both just got a new base in we're excited about. We got some single ply, some one-ply non-superwash fingering weight. So I want to be able to offer it my yarn. Right now it'll probably be on like a couple different fingerings, one-ply, on some lace. And I also have like Polworth, and I have some South American wool. So anyway, I want to be able to make one color on all the bases, but I want to do like 6 or 7 or 8 colors. I haven't decided. And then release it all on a Friday. And you're doing yours a little different.
I'm doing mine a little different because I don't think I'm going to close my shop down. Unless like I sell out of all the colors and the bases.
You might sell out.
But I'm also going to be doing my shop updates every Friday morning at about 8 a.m. depending. And I'll get that down.
We won't do them at the same time. No. We want you to be able to go to both shops if you want.
One of us will just do it later. But it'll also be Friday morning, and so I'm going to have 2 consistent colors in my shop, usually the ones that sell the most, because I don't want to have everyone wait for those colors, because the 2 that are in my shop right now are Sandcastles and Shoreline, and I love the colors, and so I wouldn't want to not be able to try those. And so just for probably a few weeks, those will be in there, but I'll also have about 8 other ones that I'm going to rotate out as well. So each week I'm going to have different colors in there, and on a couple different bases. So I have 2 fingering weights, and I have my single, and I have a couple sparkle right now. And so those are going to be available on a few of those. And then I'm just going to leave it up until they sell out. And then the next week, Friday morning, I'm going to deactivate the ones that I'm not selling for the rest of the week and then activate the new ones.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be cleaner and easier for people to shop and browse.
We both had over 50 different colors.
And some of them I sell out of as soon as I list them within a day or so. Other ones, they just kind of trickle. And so I thought, I'm just going to take some of the ones out that don't sell as quickly and keep it updated. So hopefully you guys like that better.
And I think September 1st or the end of August, we're both probably going to be doing a Halloween update on one of those weekends, or for a couple weekends, I'm guessing. So.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Yeah. And we also want to promote and remind everybody that starting on September 1st, we'll be taking orders for our Naughty or Nice Sock Club.
Yeah.
And that is going to start the orders will start September 1st for the October shipment. And it will be a naughty colorway and a nice colorway in each of our shops. So you'll have 4 different colorways to choose from. There'll be a limited amount of people that we will take. And most likely it'll just be on one base, but I'm still throwing around the idea of maybe having it available on like a single ply or a superwash 75-25. So anyway, that's exciting. I've already made one of my colors.
I know you have. I haven't.
It's so cool. I love it. Anyway, it's the naughty colorway, of course. So that's...
Naughty's going to be so much easier.
It is. I think so. One last thing, and then administrative is done. We have a coupon codes thread now in the Ravelry group. So if you're a maker, a seller, or a buyer, you can go to that thread. You can post your coupon codes, what your shop name is, information on how to get to your shop and how long that coupon code will last, or a sale, how long that sale will last, and then just please go in and take your post down when the sale's over.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, that's, I think, the end of administration.
That's the end. That was a lot.
Holy cow.
Thank you all.
Yay. Let's move on to...
what we're sipping on.
What are we sipping on? Okay, so what we're sipping on this week, I'll start.
Okay.
I'm designing a new shawl, and so I will have that available for publication probably in about 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how quickly I get it written up. But it is a triangular shawl, and it will have segments of striping and different stitches in different segments. This one is being knit on size 5 circulars by Chowgu on their, I think it's the 32 inch or 40.
Maybe.
Might be the 40 inch, I don't remember. It's on all the yarn was dyed by me on Café Creations. And what else was I going to say about it?
I don't know. I love how you're doing it where the speckles from this main pink color, though, you're doing like the oranges from it, and now you're grabbing from the greens and putting in that. Like, I really love that.
The pink color is called Oktoberfest, and it's in my shop right now. And the orange is the pumpkin.
Those greens in there.
Yeah, it's a pumpkin mini, and then the green is avocado. I currently don't have the pumpkin or the avocado listed in my shop, but it may be part of an update coming up. But yeah, so that should be coming out soon, and I'm gonna probably call it the tractor shawl, because I just got a tractor, remember?
Take from your life, I guess, right?
Yeah, your turn.
All right, well, I am working on something. This is how it's in my Give Me a Crown bag, because this is like the cutest little bag ever. I'm sorry.
It's adorable.
I love it. So I showed socks last week, and I don't know how far I got on them, but right now I'm working on the Afterthought heel. So this colorway is Serious Black, and it's in my shop, and then I just have a random orange. I think it's your orange, actually. I think this is your pumpkin. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to like it.
That looks really good together.
I actually don't know if I showed this.
When, last time?
Yeah.
I don't know if you did either.
Huh.
I don't think you brought them with you.
No, I don't think so. Anyways, I did not think these colors were going to look good together, but I really like them.
Yeah.
And as soon as I because I always do top down, and I think I'm going to alter how I do my top downs now, because I was watching Ruth from Everyday Yarn Works on YouTube. She does tutorials. Well, she just published a tutorial, and it was on how to do it's like a loose bind on or a stretchy bind on.
Jenny's super stretchy bind off
on
or cast on.
Cast on.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that was.
A stretchy cast on, and because if you all know, like, my biggest peeve with, besides if it's tight or not on the foot, is how not stretchy this is a lot of times, because you're casting on and but I saw it and it looks so easy now that, like, I got it down. So I'm going to try it with that on my next pair, but I'm working on an Afterthought heel, and I'm almost done, but I'm going to take it all out and do it again. Because I'm trying to... It doesn't fit.
Oh. Are you following a pattern, or are you just kind of winging it? No, I'm
winging it. Because I wanted to kind of write my own a little bit so I could get an idea down. But I don't like it. It's not fitting. It's a little too tight upwards. And I added so many more rows than I did on my other ones. And I think that's why I'm not liking my other ones.
That could be.
So I might just need to follow a pattern and actually know how it's supposed to be before I do my own.
Did you follow a pattern for the other one, the heel flap and gusset one?
Just the one that you gave me.
Yeah. Did you like that one?
Which sock? I only did one sock with that, I think.
I thought you loved it.
I did, but it still wasn't deep enough. Maybe I have really deep feet.
There's a fly.
That fly's gonna...
Deep feet.
Okay. Oh, so we had Tony at work. We need to name this fly, like Buddy or something. Hey, Buddy.
I'm not going to give it a name.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be dead soon.
But this is also one of Give Me a Crown's little doohickeys. And so I'm using, I'm using size 2, so 2.25, US 1, 2.25 milliliters.
They're
and
liquid.
They're the 5-inch, which I love so much more for socks. I think that's why the DPNs weren't really speaking to me before, because they were so long. So I had the 7-inch ones.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
It makes a difference.
A little too long.
Little excessive.
And then when you make baby socks, I even got, I think they're 3-inch
3-inch
ones. Yeah, I made some baby socks.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of Give Me a Crown.
Okay.
Nina from Give Me a Crown published her very first pattern this week. Oh, yeah. It was her hat pattern. I don't know the name of the hat. I don't remember what it was called.
It's free pattern, right?
It's a free pattern right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I would go to Give Me a Crown on Ravelry and get Nina's pattern before it cost money.
Yeah, she's already had so many people get it.
She had lots of people.
So crazy. Anyway, so this is where I'm at.
They look good.
I like them. And they may be a present for someone who's watching.
Can't say.
And she knows.
Can't say.
Oh, she knows.
Oh,
They're for Grandma.
Oh, she already knows about them?
I told her that she may see something that I'm making for her birthday, because her birthday was 2 days before mine, and I could not finish these in time because I had to make other things.
That happens.
Yeah.
So, it happens.
It happens. So,
what do you do?
These are for you, Grandma, and I hope you like them because they're on my hand-dyed yarn and they're pretty.
Yay!
So, that was my first thing.
Are you sipping on more than... Oh, yes, you are.
I'm sipping on more than one.
Well, let's move along then, girlfriend.
Okay. So, like my mother,
Is this good or bad?
I started designing something. I started designing another shawl, and I was designing it on the way back from meeting Andrea Mowry. She super inspired me.
So inspirational.
But she more inspired me with color choices, and so I started designing a shawl, and I don't know what I want to name it yet. But colors that I was gonna throw in were you can't even see it. Bright fluorescent yellow. I think I called this one Biohazard, and it's not in my shop anymore because I'm using it. And then this gray. And then...
She did some amazing things with color at her
did.
workshop that just really were eye-opening.
And then this one, this is called Heat Wave.
That's so pretty.
And then my first skein of Hedgehog.
So pretty.
Which I actually have no idea what it's called. I'm a failure.
I remember, but I can't remember.
Okay.
It was a one word that started with an A.
I don't remember.
Seemed probably totally wrong.
I don't know.
It's pretty. It's like a spearmint.
If I can figure it out, I will put it on the thing.
On the thing?
On the thing.
You mean I will?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here's my Heat Wave.
Yay!
Which I showed last week, I think.
Yeah.
But so I started designing a shawl, and I already know that I'm taking it apart, but I wanted to kind of show the concept that I have.
It's so cool.
So here it is so far, and I am changing it. It's gonna be very similar, but I have to take it all apart and redo it so that the stitches make sense and that the increases are the same on each row, so it doesn't go the whole way. Exactly like the whole way.
I hate that.
I know. So I started it in my Heat Wave color. You can't really see. It's really blowing it out.
Yes, it is.
And so it's going to have different altering stripes, lots of eyelet sections, and lots of stripey. And then at some point, these are going to be incorporated.
So bright.
I know, you can't even. And then
it's like a lemon. It's so bright.
I'm also going to be putting brioche in it because I'm a brioche queen now, apparently.
She's an expert. She did it once.
I did it once. But I'm going to be putting some brioche sections in this as well. So be on the lookout for that. Again, I'm going to rip it all out. I couldn't even work on this week like I could in the socks because I was working on 2 other projects that we'll talk about in a minute. But these are on the horizon, so just keep a lookout for them. And they're still gonna be very beginner, like my changing staircases was. It's still gonna be very beginner-ish.
Beginner-esque. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh, what's happening? Sorry.
And I'm planning on publishing this actually within the next month as well. So hopefully this week I'll be done with the design, the pattern, and send it off to some testers. And then I will get it up and ready.
Yes.
So I don't know if we're going to do a knit along with it, but we'll see.
Who knows? Because we do have,
We have so many. I don't think...
Did we talk about that?
I don't think we did.
We need to talk about something. We wanted to let everybody know that we will not be doing any collaborations anymore this year. Not because we don't want to.
Except for the ones that we have planned.
Yeah, the ones we have some planned. But starting in September, I will be pretty much gone most of fall. I have 5 trips planned, and one of them is 12 days long to Ireland, and 3 of them are business trips. And
Rhinebeck.
And we're going to Rhinebeck. And So anyway, we just aren't going to be able to do any more, but keep us in mind for next year, and hopefully we can still put some in place for next year.
Yeah. Oh, and then we had to talk about something really awkward. Okay.
One awkward thing.
Bear with us, guys.
Don't ask us where we get our yarn.
Please don't ask us where we get our yarn.
Okay, that's all. Okay, bye. We're done.
Okay.
Woo, that was
Okay, okay.
Okay, I need a drink, man.
We're done?
That was. Oh, I had some stress and anxiety there. I hope that wasn't. Woo!
Okay.
Moving on.
We are to one of my favorite segments. I wonder what's in this.
Yay!
You have so many more.
I don't have so many more. A couple more.
You have a couple
more.
more.
I have one more than you, so.
Oh.
No, I have
so many
more.
one more.
I have like 2 more.
Yeah. So you go ahead and start. So we got some awesome people out there that just wanted to send us some goodies.
Well, and I did a swap with somebody.
You did a swap, and I ordered something.
Maybe we should start with what we got when we went and saw Andrea.
Okay.
We got some really fun
goodies.
stuff. And I have mine somewhere.
I got mine.
We decided when we were, Andrea is so great to help us put colors together. So when we were there, we each decided to purchase some. For me, it's my first purchase of hedgehog fibers.
For me, it's barely my second. But I have one skein at home. I don't think I actually showed it. No, I showed it here.
Yeah, you did.
But it didn't help that we were sitting right next to the whole thing of hedgehog fibers.
Right here.
All the fingering weights were right there.
Like I could see him the whole time we were sitting there doing our thing.
I was so mad.
The whole time.
Anyways, so what did you get?
I got, my first skein is called Fool's Gold.
I heard that one's really popular, actually.
I love it.
I think that's so pretty.
It's gold with like pops of turquoise and pink and orange and green. I love it. That's my first one.
Speckling's pretty.
My second one is called Seed, and it's just, it's a cream base with little tiny specks of bright yellow and pink and a little bit of like a goldish color, but they complement each other so well, so I had to get them. What did you get?
My first one is called Poppy.
So pretty.
And she sold me on it because it was in her So Faded that she was wearing. So it also has a very neutral base.
It has like brown or burgundy or something in it.
Yeah, it has some burgundies. Hopefully you can see it. But it has some fluorescent coloring in there as well. And I fell in love. This is going to be such a great transitional color or complementary color. I mean, even if you put these two together.
Oh, they just look so pretty.
Like, that would be amazing. So I got that. And then this is the color I saw when I first walked in. And I don't know why, because I've grown up my whole entire life. I do not like pink.
And
everything I've been buying lately has been pink.
Yes.
At least fiber related.
That is like hot pink.
This is ridiculous. This is called Hula Hoop. And it's just fluorescent pinks, and yellows, and it does have speckling in there as well with like the green and some blues. Like, you really cannot discover what a skein of yarn looks like until you like open the guts.
But you know what? Another thing that she showed us with this, and let me just kind of demonstrate. She said, looking at a skein like this, you think, wow, that is like overpowering, and I don't know if I would ever wear it. But then if you can tone it down by pairing it with something that has like a warmer base to it. So this, which is gold, also has colors that are in this skein, but because there's the gold, it totally changes it from, you know.
You could even, hold on, put that up.
Look at that.
Look how much more toned down that pink is. You could do that as a fade.
I mean, look at that. Nobody, if I originally saw this bright pink, I'd be like, okay, I need like a hot yellow, a hot blue. But no, you can go from gold. I mean, and you can even transition from this gold to maybe something with blue or purple in it. I mean, and that was the really cool part.
I really enjoyed that part.
That was fun for me to see. And that's one thing that she said she's done over the years is taken really bright colors that maybe didn't look good on her. And then she would add a color that
does complement her,
and she'd put that one on the part that was going to be by her face. So those were some really cool tips. So Hedgehog, I'm going to see you in Ireland in September. Yes.
I still wish I were going. Okay. Yes. Do we want to show our acquisitions from I guess?
Yes. Okay. We also have our local yarn stores, which we hadn't been to this one called Harmony in
Just
Provo.
Opened this year, right?
I think it just opened this year.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was there, but we went there during the yarn crawl. There was a yarn crawl going on, and we decided to go check out the yarn, and we purchased our very first skeins of Malabrigo. And this is a one-ply worsted, right? Yeah, this is a worsted.
Yep. And I got two of these and one of these.
Those go together.
I'm going to make myself some gloves and a hat with these for winter.
And
for myself.
I'm for sure going to make a hat. I don't know if I'll probably have enough for like some mitts or something, but.
See, I'm going to do Fair Isle with these. It makes something really pretty.
That would be so pretty. So that's our Malabrigo. The colors that I got are, do they have colors? Yeah, this is indigo. This is pearl. It's like a plummy, mauvey, purpley color.
Mine is Simply Taupe and Red Mahogany.
So beautiful.
I love these together. I really like how this one is so variegated in it.
How much do you love one-ply yarn?
Absolutely love it. Completely the best thing in the entire world.
Oh my goodness. I mean, when we were touching this, when I got in my one-ply fingering weight.
Oh my gosh.
I got it in just yesterday.
Just like rub it to your face.
I didn't get home until later, and all I wanted to do was dye it up because
I know.
Feels amazing. I didn't realize. I mean, I've only used really like 75-25 or 80-20 fingering weight, and I've heard other podcasters and designers, even Andrea Mowry was saying her very, very favorite yarn to knit a shawl with
is one-ply.
And I've heard other podcasters say that.
Like for shawls, like I was watching the Stranded podcast actually this morning with Amy Florence.
Yes.
And it was a couple podcasts ago, but she was talking about the different bases and the different plies and what they are. And so she was talking about the one-ply, and she's like, I would put this in shawls. Yeah. I would put these in accessories just because they're especially like close to your face.
I get it now. Like I think even Trysten from Bull & Vine, she loves one-ply.
Her Oracle kits that she's been doing, they've all been like the majority of them have been one-ply, and she knit her entire Oracle shawl out of.
So you guys, if you haven't tried a one-ply, or if it's scary because it's not super wash, or you're afraid it's going to pill, I say it'll be worth it.
I think so.
Like even if you made something out of a one-ply. I would not use it for
socks though.
But some people still. So knitting expat Mina says she makes socks out of one-ply. She doesn't care if they pill.
No, it was for the breaking.
What?
Because it's only one-ply.
Yes, it is only one-ply, so breakage can happen.
Don't make them for any hard workers outside or something like that.
Yeah, they say don't make them for hard wearing clothing.
Yeah,
but I am in love with the one-ply we just got.
It's so soft,
and I've been feeling other people's other one-plies when we go to the store, and it is squishy. But man, the ones that we got in, my gosh! So I'm gonna list some on Friday. Okay, are you gonna list some on Friday?
Yes.
So I'm only going to have a few because I did order more, but I only had ordered a few. So I'm only going to have a few one-plies. So just make sure you set your notifications for our Instagrams, and we'll announce when we're doing what colors will be in on that one-ply. I am so excited. Anyway, enough about one-ply, but I'm in love with that.
Okay. I know. I'm sold.
All right.
Okay.
Now on to
the real I wonder what's in this.
Okay.
Okay, you go first because you have a few more than I do.
Do you want to go together with this one?
Yes.
So our very first one came from one of our viewers that reached out. Her name is Jordyn, and she's a yarn dyer, and she's 18 years old. And if I remember right, she said in her message that she is in school for psychology, like we are.
Yeah.
And so she's pursuing a degree in psychology. So that's exciting.
And she also has a podcast.
She has a podcast, and it's Jordyn Dayne on YouTube. So check that out. She's got quite a few videos.
Yeah, I was surprised with her age.
Yeah, she's from Texas. She's only 18.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
let's see ambitious. That's really cool.
Let's see what you said this, Jordyn.
So I got the blue one with the unicorn.
And I got the pink one. And I got the pink one. Okay.
I love it. It's so cute. Oh, we got a note.
Oh, note. So, looks like this is
an ah.
Ooh's an ah is Rose Macaroon.
Oh wow!
For her shop is Bookworm Yarns.
So mine is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's called Autumn Court. Let's see.
And then mine came with a little mini here.
Oh, mine's... Oh, yeah.
And it looks like it's based on the colorway.
Is yours based on a book, too?
Based on a book. Too. And the mini is Summer Court. It's based on the Court of Thorns.
Yeah.
And Roses.
So it's a series of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah something. Moss.
And this is like a tonal pinks.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, it's so soft and beautiful.
And see, my main one is Autumn Court, based off of, so you have Summer Court right there, this one? Yep. So this is Autumn Court, which I love. Autumn colors. Holy crap, that's me.
That's beautiful.
Autumn colors, also by A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah Moss. And the mini is Cast Lemon Tarts from Heartless by Marissa Meyer. So we got a little 5 gram of that.
Cool.
And so yours was
by Marissa Meyer.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yep.
And she's so
Jordyn.
sweet.
So go check out Jordyn's shop. It's bookwormyarns.etsy.com and check out her podcast. Thanks, Jordyn. That is very sweet of you.
I really love your letter too.
Thank you.
She so she's going into school for psychiatry. It looks like
psychiatry
with a minor in forensic science.
She doesn't get a chance to talk to many people. She's only 18. There's not a lot of people that are pursuing degrees.
But thank you so
that.
much for what you said in the letter. She talked about how I used to work with the girls and now I work at the hospital, and
that's so exciting.
How hard it is, and that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Jordyn.
Thank you, Jordyn. Make sure you check out her stuff.
Oh, I need to knit something with this. Your turn. Keep going.
Okay, well, the next one is another gift, which I thank you all for. We never expect gifts, but when you do, it's so kind, and I'm so grateful for it. And so the next one is from one of my customers. Her name is Nanette, and she also has a shop on Etsy. Mm-hmm. She weaves.
She weaves with her yarn.
She's a dream weaver. Or at least a guitar strap weaver. I do know that. I special dyed things for her. So she said, when she emailed me and said, I have a special something that I've made for you and Trysten, I'm like, what are you going to weave?
So
it's something cool that you've weaved. She hand weaves things out of my yarn and other people's yarns. But okay. Oh
not just you.
I'm so excited. Hold on. I'm getting them out. And I'm sorry this takes long, but oh my gosh.
You're dropping crap.
I'm like, it's not crap.
This one's
Nanette. Mango and Friends Premium Herbal. Oh, I was thinking there's a label there. There's not. There it is. Some tea.
The mango. Is it black tea?
Feel it. It's got like chunks of, goodness.
Pineapple cubes, mango cubes, pineapple and mango flakes. Oh, this already sounds amazing.
I know.
Orange slices, tangerine, orange pieces, safflower, marigold, freeze-dried strawberry slices. That just sounds so good.
I don't even know what she's saying, but whatever it is, it's too thick for snaps, so she had to put a zipper. Okay, the tea is from a little shop in Olympia, Washington, where she lives. Okay, Nanette, I'm assuming, let's see, do they have names? Yes. Well, mine came off, so I'm assuming this is mine.
Yep. So here is her card.
Nanette Wake Studio. Mm-hmm. Hand-woven straps, scarves, and beadwork. Okay, can't wait.
Okay, crinkling. Oh my god.
You guys. Nanette. Okay, this.
I'm going to cry.
This is so amazing.
Oh my god.
She hand wove knitting bags. Jaw-dropping. No words.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. That must have taken so long.
And I believe this is Mermaid Party yarn. And I believe this is called Imperial Osei Blueberry. My yarn that I dyed and she bought from me. And then there's a zipper. Oh, that's why she said about the zipper. Sorry. I still like zipper bags.
Oh, I do too.
You know, and look at all these little
here's some of her beadwork.
Stitch markers and beadwork.
There's a dragon
and zipper
for me.
pulls. Oh my gosh, little flowers and hearts and oh man, I want to see what the inside looks like. Oh my god, what does the inside of yours look like? Mine is okay. Look at the inside of my bag, you guys. It's like little shops, little bistros, and
she did make these specifically for us.
Nanette,
because look. Mine's Fantastic Beasts.
Now, I don't know if she has these in her shop or not.
Oh my gosh.
But you guys, where's the name of her shop? It's Nanette Wake Studio, but I don't know if it's on Etsy. Nanette, Etsy, oh my gosh. No words. Like, I can't even get them out.
I can't even.
Nanette Wake Studio, and I'll put it on the screen for sure. Oh, Nanette, thank you so much.
I don't even know if I'm going to use this. I just want to put it in a box that, like a glass box displayed.
I know, like seriously.
Oh my gosh, I do like the fabric on the inside. Is yours soft too?
Yeah, and it's just so beautiful. I didn't know you were a sewer.
Okay, honey, you need to sell these for like $100.
These I don't even. This is like wouldn't even know what you would charge for these, but hand woven with yarn. Gosh. Look how amazing.
I'm so scared that something's gonna happen to this now.
Mine's going in a Ziploc baggie, and then
I'm gonna use this, but this is not leaving my house.
Mine's gonna go in a Ziploc baggie. This is my house, and
knitting.
I'll undo the Ziploc baggie, then unzip it, and then my yarn stuff will come out. And then I'll zip it and put it back in the Ziploc.
Gosh, I can't. Thank you so much.
Nanette, you are amazing. I mean, there are no words. This is just... We're probably spending way too much time on this.
I know, but I'm just so speechless.
I'm going to have to... Oh, and the strap? Did you even feel the strap?
No.
Oh.
No. Is that leather?
It's like that's suede.
Leather.
It's suede.
Suede?
Suede leather.
Oh, gosh. You made me feel like I was wrong. I'm like, oh, just kidding. It's suede.
It's not leather. It's suede, Trysten. And it's got a little leather, suede leather.
Hey, can we just talk about how perfect these colors are for us, though?
This is Mermaid Party.
That's so funny. And this is your yarn, too.
This might actually be DK weight. No, I don't. I think this is DK weight.
This is double.
It's DK.
You can see it's doubled.
But I dyed her DK weight.
Oh, really?
On that color.
That's so great.
I think you're just seeing the 4-plies.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, we should move on.
But
thank you so much, Nanette. I cannot even believe this.
Does it pass the head test? I don't even care. That's kind of pretty.
Oh my. Oh, this is not leaving my house.
You know what? This, I mean, it's almost like fabric. It looks like from where you guys are, like a fabric. It is not.
It's not.
This is yarn.
This is hand woven.
Woven. And it almost, I mean, if you didn't see this in person, you can't even appreciate it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we've seen like Mrs. Brown's bags where it looks knitted.
And it's awesome.
And it's beautiful. This is not a photo. This is like the real thing. It's textured. It's like a textile fabric. Like upholstery beauty.
Oh my god. Okay, I put mine down. Put yours down.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I don't know if I can put it down.
I know. Well, you can't stroke it the whole time.
I want to just stroke it the whole time. I don't want that fly to land on it.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, put it down. Okay. So my next, I wonder what's in this. I purchased these a little while ago, and they came like right after we last podcast. But they're from Truffles Shuffle on Etsy.
I love that name.
I love that name. I think it's so cute. Let's see. So, I saw these on, let's see. Oh, she gave us a giveaway. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. So it's Jensen. And it's Truffles Shuffle. I didn't even know she knew that I didn't put that in there. Oh my gosh.
Fly.
Okay, let's see. I love this. So I saw this on Ruth's Instagram. So Everyday Yarnworks, she completely enabled me because I have a thing for dinosaurs.
Rawr.
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 And so I saw these stitch markers and I couldn't say no. So let me get
cute packaging.
So cute packaging.
So cute.
All right, let's see. Okay. So I got some space dinos.
Oh my gosh, those are adorable. Like adorable. Are they?
So
are they polymer clay?
I think so. Yeah.
They're sparkly
polymer clay, and I got one in red.
Oh my gosh.
In silver.
Holy cow, that is beautiful.
So cute. And in blue.
So pretty.
Literally all the colors I'm wearing right now. And I just could not even. And then I think I got this extra one, or she sent it to me. I cannot remember.
It's cute.
It's a little
diamond.
And they all have the giant, like, I like the lobster claw and I like the regular one, but I love this.
Those ones, like the earring back
Yeah,
ones.
The earring back one. I love it so much more.
They're easier to get on your things.
So she also sent a giveaway. So let's see what you guys will be able to able to get. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
It's a little bunny.
Oh my gosh.
Look how adorable that is. Oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute. And then it comes also
adorable.
With a little sparkly diamond shape as well. So those I have been so anxiously waiting on.
Adorable. Oh my gosh,
love them.
I need to look at these a little closer.
You need to.
Is it the hearts?
So these will be for a giveaway. So I'm going to put them in our basket. And I'm going to put them with her card. And so we will be doing those for one of our drawings. Maybe an upcoming one. We'll see.
Oh my goodness.
Aren't they cute?
So cute.
So thank you, Ruth, for enabling me. Because I was super enabled and it was worth it.
I might be enabled too because I got to go see what animals she has.
They have so many cute ones. She has unicorns that I almost got too.
Oh my god.
I almost bought like 8 or 9.
Cats?
I don't think they have cats. I didn't see cats. You might have to have a private conversation.
Might need to get some cats.
But so I'll put this in our giveaway bin. Thank you so much for donating. That is so sweet.
So sweet.
All right, I'm going to tie this. You go ahead and grab your next one.
Okay, my next one, I did a trade. I'm so excited. I did a trade with a gentleman named Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong bag, though.
That's definitely the wrong bag.
With Ross on Instagram, we started chatting, and his shop on Etsy is called Dye for Knitting, and his name is Ross Nutter, and I think he lives in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's pretty.
I know. So we did a swap, and I got he should get his today.
Maybe show on that side.
Where?
Are you going to take it off?
I'm trying to. Don't judge me. Okay.
There's one strand that's heavy.
Oh, it's Ross. We weren't trading for a mini too.
Or stitch markers.
I'm so
You suck at trades.
I'm terrible. Oh, man.
Okay, lots of crinkling.
Yeah. Just like you like it. I have to say, Ross, your yarn is very hedgehog-esque.
It looks really pretty.
Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this color is. Oh, wow. And all of his colorways are very much like this.
Really?
Very speckly with tonal stripies. And this one's called Presto. This is his cute, beautiful, colorful label. And this is his card. And he's on Etsy as Dye for Knitting. And he's also on Instagram at Dye for Knitting. And he's on Facebook. Oh my gosh. And I got a mini with it.
And let's see. It's totally 100% superwash merino.
Oh, no.
You don't have very many of those.
I don't know if I have any 100%.
Oh, that's exciting.
Hedgehogs is 90-10.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I've got this. This one is Poseidon sock.
Oh, I
And
like that.
well, that's not the color though. That's the type of sock.
Oh.
I think.
Maybe
Not
it's the
sure.
color.
But I love it. And then just some fun little colorful.
Those are seriously my favorite type of stitch
I love
markers.
these. They're a little pokey though. Be careful. They're a safety pin.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for him to get mine. He ordered the Earl Grey. But hey, go check out Ross's shop. His yarn is gorgeous.
I'm going to have to look at his today.
It's gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for trading with me, Ross. I'm so excited. Yay! So that's from Dye for Knitting.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have any more, so it's just your goodies.
Okay, the next thing I got really was just a purchase that I made, and I'm excited about it. I have bought these in the past, and I use them for knitting bags because
I
they're
need to get me one.
perfect for knitting bags. Like I'm talking not a project bag, but like if you're going to knit night, or I take them on the plane with me. It's by Vera Bradley, and this is the, oh gosh, I was going to remember the name. I don't remember the name of the bag.
I need to go on and get those.
It's a bag that has pocket. It has a zipper pocket on this side. So there's one zipper pocket on this side, but then this side has 3 pockets that go across. So that's perfect.
That's
for
how mine is too.
all your notions. But the best part I love these outside pockets. There's a pocket on each side, but it's got a small mouth, but then it opens up and this is the entire pocket. So you
can put like your patterns in there.
I put like my scissors in there. You can put your pattern. I put my phone in there. And it doesn't, like the phone won't stick out and fall out, but it's on both sides. Nice. And I love it. I got that from Vera Bradley on the website, and it was on sale. It was on a really good sale. Yeah. And then because I'm going to be traveling a huge amount this fall, I wanted to take a carry-on bag. And when we go to Ireland, they told us to bring a bag that we're going to leave our suitcase behind, but pack for like 2 days to take to this other spot, and then we're going to come back. So I got this enormous bag from Vera Bradley. It has pockets on the outside here and on both sides, and then on the inside it's also got a whole bunch of pockets.
I need to go and get me some.
And wait, it's not even expanded the whole way, but it's enormous. I didn't realize it was going to be this big, but it zips shut. And I also like to take, is that a magnet? No. I also like to take my laptop with me on the plane, so this is big enough to hold my laptop in its case.
You know we can't take that size carry-on our trip, though.
I think that you can.
It's too
I'll
big.
measure it. It depends on the airlines. Okay. I looked at all the measurements. It's like 21 by 14 by 9 or by 10. I think ours is the bigger. Okay. The one going to Ireland, it's actually 9 inches instead of like 10 or 9 3/4.
Okay.
But I've never had a problem, unless it's one of those suitcase kinds. But this looks more like a purse. I'm so fumbly. It looks more like a purse, so they may not question it.
We'll see.
I'll be like, I have my child in here. I can't leave it behind.
They open it. It's just yarn.
Yarn. Those are my babies. What can I say?
Yeah.
So I think that's all I've purchased.
I think that's all for...
Purchased.
I wonder what's in this. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yay.
Okay. So we're going to move on to our finished brews. We got a couple. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm releasing a pattern hopefully this weekend for my new hat. I haven't even named it yet.
No, you haven't.
I have a new hat pattern.
I think you need to call it the Tea and Crumpets beanie.
Well, it's with my Tea and Crumpets yarn, which is just a vanilla base with speckles of green, tan, brown, and a pinky color, and some burgundy colors, if you can see. But it's a slouchy hat, slouchy beanie, and it's knit in the round, and I knit it on 2 size needles, so as you can see. And you can do with or without a pom-pom. I did not do a pom-pom, but I think I might. I think I have leftover, and I might do a pom-pom. So I made 2 of them. This one's blocked. This one's not blocked. So you can do, I mean, yeah, it's cute whether it's blocked or not.
I like it not blocked.
It's a little puffier, like the cables stick out more if it's blocked, so you can kind of see the difference. But yeah.
And they're super cute.
And I think, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, honestly, but I'm hoping to release it in the next couple of days. I'm going to finish typing it up. We took pictures today.
Mm-hmm.
It was
we did a whole photo shoot before we started recording.
Yeah. So that's the new hat. We may call it the Tea and Crumpets hat, because that's the name of this yarn. Mm-hmm. But I've been trying to name my patterns after my experience on this farm. So I was thinking about calling it...
You could call it Scatter Got Mauled.
My cat got bit or scratched by something. Had to have surgery. So I've been taking care of him, like literally.
He's like an invalid in the next room.
We had to like pick him up and put him in his cat box. We don't have indoor cats, but we've had him in the back bedroom.
He's being so sweet right now.
He's got the
He like held it in until they put him in the cat box. Like he refused to pee on the ground.
We're like, why isn't he using the cat box? He had the cone on, so I thought finally last night I'm like, well maybe he can't get into the cat box very well, so I'll just put him in, and I put him in. sorry for the graphic details, but he started urinating. And I'm like, is he still peeing? Oh my gosh, he's still peeing. Like after a minute. And I thought, oh my gosh, we've got to put him in the cat box like every couple of hours or he can get a bladder infection. Yeah. But poor kitty.
But he was so good. And he's like, I'm not going to pee on the ground.
He held it like all day. Poor kitty. And he's been eating and we had to clean it twice a day. And which is no big deal to me because I was a medical assistant for so long.
Yeah, don't go into that detail because that made me sick too.
I'm sorry. But we basically have to clean it, make sure that and give him pain medicine in his mouth, which he does not like. And then I have to put antibiotic stuff in it and all of that good stuff. And he's getting better, but poor Scatter.
Okay.
So anyway, that's my hat that I probably won't name Scatter Got Mauled.
Okay.
But I was thinking of calling it something like the Goat Herder hat because I have a new goat.
Oh, cute.
Or got myself a goat hat. Kind of looks pretty with this.
Goat. It does.
Okay. Should we talk about yours?
The elephant in the room.
Okay. Trysten finished her.
I finished my Move Into the Country shawl. My first one. Not for the Knit Along. And so I did it on size 4 needles, so it's not as big.
Mine I did on 6s, and so it's pretty big.
Yeah. So if you want yours a little smaller, that's how it is.
It looks so good with those colors.
I love it. I used
Avalon.
The Avalon colorway, and then you say it because I'm going to get it wrong. Forest Nymph. And it's just a triangle shawl, beautiful eyelets in there. I love it. I finished it and I blocked it and I'm like, yay, we can take pictures. And so we took pictures with these today.
Yeah, and I finished mine too. And this is funny because mine's not blocked.
And it's bigger.
And it's bigger than hers. And I used the size 6. So when it's blocked, it's
massive.
If you like a big shawl, you'll love this. If you don't, then make it with a couple sizes smaller. And it still, as you can see, turned out really well.
Beautiful.
I haven't blocked mine or woven in the ends at all, but I don't care. I'm still wearing it.
You're the CEO
of
your own life.
That's right. I make my own decisions.
So I made that. Do you have any more finished objects?
No, this is all I had.
Then I have one more, which she told me, what was it? Tuesday? Hey, maybe we should take pictures of your shawl too.
Yeah, make some better, get some more variety.
More clearer pictures kind of thing, more neutrals. I'm like, sure. And so I was thinking, I'm like, crap, I have to cast one on. So I cast one on my birthday, but I didn't actually get to start knitting until later on in the night because I was doing so many things.
Your birthday's on the 19th.
So that was Wednesday.
Today's the 22nd.
Today's the 22nd. So I started it the 19th at night. I knit on it for maybe 2 hours. And then the next night, again, 2-ish hours. And I finally finished it last night at 10 o'clock. And I blocked it. And oh my gosh.
Yes.
So
and
here.
And that is your new,
it's my
beautiful.
Changing Staircases
the
shawl.
color.
So this is my Sandcastles colorway, which is
so pretty.
Quickly becoming one of my most popular colorways in the shop right now.
It's so pretty. It's like barely tan with some like chocolate and blues in it. And it's just beautiful.
And so
it's gorgeous.
I love it. It's making me super happy. And so I don't know how to put it on today though. So I finished this and it was such a quick knit. So if you need a quick knit, if you're going on a trip or anything like that, this is perfect car knitting. It's very potato chippy. You don't have to really, after you get the first few sections down, you're like, oh, it's the same through the entire pattern.
Yeah, it's really a great beginning shawl pattern. It's beautiful. I love it.
So it has a bunch of cool little doodads at the bottom. I don't know what you call those. But each section...
It's like a pico bind up.
Kind of, but not really.
But not really.
Yeah.
Cool. Yay.
So I finished that so quickly that it almost killed my hands. I actually had to stop knitting. That never happened. Yeah.
That's terrible.
After I finished, I'm like, I can't do anymore. What? I can't do anymore? So I just sat looking at patterns that I was going to knit. And so now I have a bunch of dream knitting. Yeah, so this is how I wear them. Some people do the tails on the end. Some people drape them around. I always just like it right in front.
It looks good.
So there's my last finished object.
And that's all we have for the finished brews today.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went through that one a little quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so we wanted to talk this week about some of the podcasts, the new podcasts that we've been watching. Yeah. Some of them you may have heard of. Some of them you may not have. I know that I think I've heard of some of these, but I had never gotten a chance to watch very many. The first one that I started, I only watched little bits of each of these because I didn't have a lot of time, but the first one was Yarn Junkie.
See, I haven't watched that.
Yeah, and she's in Texas. So she's really cute. She's got some kids, but she's just found out she's pregnant. Well, I shouldn't say just. So she's getting ready to have a baby. She's about 17 weeks in, and I don't remember any of these people's names really. I'm not very good at that.
I remember a few.
So
you watched that one, right?
Handmade My Knitting, which is a Canadian podcast, and she's really cute too. She's fun to watch and has been making shawls, and her kids are home for the summer, which I've seen on a few podcasts. People saying, sorry if there's noise in the background. Yeah. And then Knitorious was another new one that I had never heard of. What I did is I put in the search bar on YouTube, knitting podcasts on YouTube, and it pulled up hundreds. So I just started going down the list.
Oh, because it actually separates them, so you don't have multiple videos of each?
No, it's just the podcast? If you click on channels, after you do the search, it'll pull up videos, but then you click on channels, and it pulls up, and they're not in alphabetical order. I don't know what kind of order they're in.
Okay.
So I just started going, because I looked at subscribers to see if they were in order, and they weren't. So I just started clicking on every single one, and just started watching little bits of each of them to see if it clicked with me. Some of them, they didn't click, so I just moved on. Knitorious was 2 college girls. Really cute. I really liked that one. And then Crocheting Whovian was a new one to me. She does mostly crocheting. I believe. I've only watched, like I said, a snippet of one of them. And Basic Stitches was 2 girls. And
they're cute. Those are the ones I saw too.
Yeah, so we started watching them.
And then I was watching the Crafty Momma, who's Dawn. She's actually purchased some of our yarn and been doing a bunch of fun knit-alongs with it, I believe. No, she's starting a knit-along. But so I've been watching her.
And then the only other one that we haven't mentioned yet that's super exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Is, you guys all know Bags by Awesome Granny. She and her friend Carrie have started a podcast. Called Knitters Gotta Knit, and I think
so true.
I think they only have one video so far, or I watched the first one, but I don't know if they've released their second one yet. I don't think so.
Oh, and then news.
Oh, sorry. But check out all those podcasts.
Yeah. Some may tickle your fancy, some may not. If they don't, just move along and do that whole search thing that you were saying, because that's kind of cool.
It is. There's hundreds of them listed, so I'm just going to start going through.
And a lot of people have been starting up podcasts recently, like my grandma.
Yeah.
Is starting a podcast with my aunt.
Crystal Sky's Hand Dyed, but I think it's going to be called, they haven't put a video up yet, they haven't recorded one yet, but I think it's coming. So I don't want to say what the name of it's going to be for sure.
Yeah.
But just watch for that. We'll be sure to talk about it when it's released.
Yeah, we'll let you know what it's called and stuff, but it's super exciting.
Yeah.
I love finding you an exciting podcast, so
yeah.
I can't wait to do that search. That'll be fun. Okay, and really fast, we're just going to talk about a couple of dream knitting that we have that we want to throw on the needles. One thing, this was definitely a product knit for me, not a process knit. And so I really want to process knit right now. And so one thing I've been super excited about, a colorway in my shop has not sold one skein, and it's this color.
That is so interesting to me when that happens.
I know.
I never ever, it's so, I don't know.
It's like, how
does
not one person want this colorway? Even my colorway that someone, remember last time that, I don't know, one of my colors that I didn't think anyone was going to want.
See, and I love that. I think, I was talking to another dyer about this last week. I don't want to say who it is, but we were saying the same thing. We're like, it's so interesting how ones that we might love.
And I love this one.
And nobody buys them. And then others that were like, I'll throw it in there and see if anybody likes it. And it's super popular.
And it does so well. So this is the color Cackle. And it was with our Psycho Summer collections. And so this was the fear of witchcraft and wizardry.
Sorcery.
So
pretty.
But I didn't sell a single one.
Grape juice color in
it. Yeah. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to cast on a flax sweater with this.
That will be so beautiful.
I'm so excited. And I haven't decided yet if I wanted to do the collar and the cuffs and the bottom in the bright green that I have for the mini with this.
It is so pretty.
So I don't know, because I have 4 skeins tied up.
Green though.
See, I don't know, but I love the pops of green in this.
I do like the idea of doing like a different color on the collar. I think that would be so pretty.
So I am going to be casting on for this week as soon as I finish my So Faded, because I didn't get to work on it because I had to do this and that one. So
you had to? You mean you got to?
I got to.
Yeah.
Well, I had to make this. But so I'm going to be casting on that as soon as my So Faded's done. I didn't bring that because I didn't do anything on it. I have to do the sleeves and then I'm done. So I'm going to do that this week and then I'm going to cast on like this. And it's not in my shop anymore because no one wanted it.
Sorry, Charlie.
So it is now in my stash and no one gets it. So
that's right. One of a kind color.
4 of a kind for me.
4 of a kind. So that's exciting. I'm working on some designs for market bags. With I tried to do some knitted ones, and I really love doing crochet ones. I think better. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do some. They're faster, really and the stitches make more sense for that type of pattern for me because I grew up a crocheter.
We've been crocheting for so long.
So I think I'm going to be doing some project bags coming up. So
okay, and then. I brought all these examples. So I'm going to be also casting on the Free My Fade shawl, which I love because it's super long, but it's a little bit more skinny. And when Andrea she actually modeled it for one of the people in the class that we went to. And she just like whipped it on and it just fell so naturally. It was super cute. I'm like, I want that. And so I've been trying to put together some colors, and I might actually have to just dye up a fade for it. But this is Calgary by Yarn Café Creations. Yay. And we did a swap, and I love this. And I think this would be so pretty as like the beginning color, and then maybe fade to something like this. But I don't know. I might want it to go more red.
Or doing into a teal gold and then ending with like the orange and
something like that.
Oh,
so I want it to be a little bit more drastic,
or starting with the orange because that looks good against your face.
I know.
You look really good in those burnt colors.
But blue does too.
It does.
So I don't know.
So pretty much it's a no lose
regardless.
Situation. Yeah.
But so I'm going to be starting with the Calgary, which seriously has been one of my favorite colorways of yours, and I finally got one.
Yes.
But I don't know how I'm going to fade it yet. But that is definitely
so many possibilities though.
I know.
With the teal and the orange and the gold.
I was playing with it today, and I had like this out, and then another color, and then red with sparkles in it.
This is a perfect example of how. Look at there's gold in there.
How that can work.
That could work.
Anyway, gosh, I love that.
Okay, I'm done.
So I'm going to be playing with this more. I might dye up some special colors for me and write them down, and maybe later put them in the shop. I don't know.
Yay!
So that's my dream knitting that I'm going to be playing with.
So I think that is the end of our knitting, crocheting, related stuff. And now, as you all know, the end of our podcast, we always move into our heavy cream segment. Mm-hmm. For those of you that this is the first time you're tuning in, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I still practice. I am licensed and current and all of that.
Yeah. And I'm going to school to become a therapist for the deaf, for a marriage and family therapist for deaf. And so I am will be in the last semester of my bachelor's, and then going straight into my master's program, hopefully.
Yay!
So we'll see on that. So we both are very interested in psychology and like why people do things.
And we also know the importance of mental health in the world, and we both work at a doctor's office. Mm-hmm. And so, we know that it's out there, and we know that people suffer from it. So we like to take a minute or two or 10 every episode to talk about mental health. And if this is not something that interests you, then we'll see you next time.
Yeah. And this is just our opinion on it. This isn't something...
It's not advice.
Yeah, it's not advice. We're
not doing therapy.
The fly. Sorry,
that fly's going to die.
The fly is going to die soon. But this is not us doing therapy, trying to give you advice, saying that you have to take it. If you want to take our words and apply things to your lives, great. This is just what we think on the subjects that we're talking about.
And you can disagree too. Seriously, there's
totally
so many different views and different ways to practice mental health. And we're not practicing it right now. We're just talking about some maybe things that we've experienced in our lives and how we handled it, or how we wish we'd have handled it, or maybe things that we see in other people's lives, or maybe we've had special requests. Sorry. Okay, so we're sitting here, and we had a topic picked out for heavy cream, actually. So we just did our introduction to heavy cream. But you know what? We're just not feeling it today. the topic we have, I'm still a little bit too emotionally attached to it.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that my emotions might take over. Not like sad cry, more I'm still kind of bugged about something that happened this week. And so rather than talk about it and be very biased, I need to take some time and look at both sides of it.
Yeah.
So that I can give an objective, not really even an opinion, but be okay with understanding.
Like responding instead of reacting.
Yeah. And so I guess that kind of is a heavy cream topic is when I just need to digest it.
Yeah.
I need to digest what happened with something with my business and something on Instagram. And I got a little butthurt about it. And so I need to digest it so that I don't just rant. Is that a good way to put it? Because then that's kind of what I've been doing is ranting to Trysten about what happened. And I'm like, I need to look at both sides of it.
That kind of happened to me yesterday, actually, when Dad was texting me. There was some drama in my family on my dad's side with people. And so I didn't understand, like, how he could have this opinion on something. And so I just kind of, like, straight up asked him, like, do you have any control over yourself, basically? And I felt so bad because right after I, like, corrected it and apologized and, like, kind of saw more of his side of it. But I was so emotionally, irritated. I reacted. I didn't respond.
Right, and that is so important. And we actually were talking about this yesterday or the day before about something that happened on Facebook. Somebody posted something and Trysten said something and I said, well, maybe not, looking at both sides of it and gaining perspective and not learning how to respond to something and not react. Reacting is completely with emotions. And that's what I've been doing since Trysten got here, is totally reacting to what happened on Instagram. And it's just Instagram. It's just one person. And they could be totally justified for what they said or did or whatever.
Or they could be in a bad mood, but it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm upset about something, and so I need to digest it. And so maybe that's our message this week for Heavy Cream is the best advice I was ever given as a therapist is make sure that you always respond in therapy to what a client says, even if it's directed at you, because usually it's not directed at you. They're reacting to something which could cause you to react. And I put that to play in my personal life too. If something happens, it's so easy. You feel those emotions kind of start to bubble up and you're just like, I'm gonna blow. And taking time to be like, no, what I need to do is take those emotions out and respond to what they said or give it back to them and say.
I totally didn't do that with UPS.
Oh. See, we all are learning here.
Well, it was so irritating because Eric called me when I was on my way home. He's like, yeah, so I just got in an argument with the UPS delivery guy. And I'm like, wait. And I'm like thinking he did something. Like, what happened? And he's like, oh, he just threw your box at the door instead of knocking and putting it down on the floor. 2 birds, 1 stone. And so I called like 4 different places.
To complain about him?
Oh, yeah.
You were reacting.
I was reacting. And afterwards, I'm like, I really just needed someone to like validate my feelings on this. Because I didn't even talk to a manager or anything like that. I called like 4 different places. They didn't have a direct number for his supervisor or the place he worked. And this last guy was just validating all my feelings. And he's like, that's not okay. That is not how we do this. This is what I would do. Here's some more information. I'm just like, thank you. And afterwards, I'm like, I'm not even going to do anything with this information. I just really need to be validated at this point.
You just had to vent.
I didn't need to react. I needed to like take time, process it. And like, is it a big deal?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Sometimes I have to really stop and go, okay, and I've told you guys before, I work with doctors. I work tons of doctors. Doctors, not all of them, and I'm not generalizing, but sometimes they're very black and white and very blunt. And they can make me, I shouldn't say they don't
make you feel anything.
I feel small sometimes when they will get angry or they're venting. And so I just kind of shrink for a second when I'm getting these emails because they're upset. And I have to stop and really digest it, and then I have to respond with an email back. It sounds like you're upset by this guideline. What can I do to help it be easier for you? I'd totally be willing to come and talk to you or train you or whatever. What's a good time for you? And usually they don't even, they're like, never mind. I guess I was just needed to talk about, they recognized that they were venting too. And I think, man, that could have turned out badly if I was like, hey, listen, you're being kind of an ass right now. I know you're upset, but do I have any control over that? Why are you yelling at me? You know, it would have turned bad. So I learned, like today, this thing that happened, I am digesting it. I did respond back in a nice way.
You did. You responded very nicely.
Respectfully. It was a message, obviously. But I'm still bothered by it. Like, I'm still questioning and going, was this person right? I don't know. In their mind, they are. And it's one person. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to keep going about it. Otherwise, I'm going to rant.
Yeah.
So I've got to digest it. So I guess that's kind of our message today is learning how to respond rather than react. And the difference really is whether or not you have emotion. Yeah.
Because if you're emotional, you literally have no control over yourself in that situation. If you're responding purely with emotion and you're not using, logic.
Not being objective.
If you're being objective, you're not having control over yourself in that situation. So why would you want to put all of your control in someone else's hands?
And also I look at it as an analogy of being in the weeds. When you're in the weeds, you cannot see very far around you. You have to learn how to find higher ground and look up so you can see the whole picture. Once I do that, once I'm like, okay, I'm in my emotion, I can feel it, I cannot see past it. Like, I'm mad, I only see my side of it. I am blinded. I don't care what, I can't even reason with it right now. But then eventually I'm like, well, maybe if I look at it this way, and if I don't have to feel like I have to be right, then I can get above it and be like, okay, I see the bigger picture. In the whole scheme of the world, this is small. So I'm not going to let it take over. I'm not going to let it control me.
Because that's essentially what you let happen. You let the situation or the person control you.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of what's happening in my life right now. And I'm sure we all can relate to that. We've all had situations like that.
I mean, UPS with me, like, yesterday.
Oh, yeah. We don't always handle it perfectly.
No. Oh, no. Like, yeah, I could go on and on about... I'm bad with that sometimes.
Well, I've had to apologize, even in the last few months to a couple people saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have reacted that way. I understand what you're saying, and I apologize.
But there is a way to come back from it.
Sure.
If you react, it's not the end of the world, you can do...
you can make it better.
Yeah, you can do work to make that relationship better, that situation better. You can come back from it. It's not the end of the world.
Big sigh, because I'm working on it. I'm working on it hardcore today. But so that's the end of it's kind of more of that was a diet cream segment.
Yeah.
A cream light. A 50-50. That was a 50-50 cream. My. Half and half. That's what it's called. Not 50-50.
There you go.
That was a half and half today on the heavy cream. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. And we're so glad those of you that have been with us for the last few episodes or for all of them. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, and for everyone that's new, hopefully you got to this part of the podcast, and that's awesome. Thank you so much for sticking with us.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We podcast about every 2 weeks, and we know that there are so many, obviously, if you're saying hundreds, there's so many podcasts out there that are knitting, crocheting, fibery related, so we really appreciate that you guys are wanting to spend some time with us every 2 weeks.
Thank you.
2 hours.
We see all of your responses.
Yes.
I see all of your messages. I try to respond back when I can, as soon as I can, but it's not always super quick.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for all of your support in our podcasting journey and in both of our yarn dyeing journeys. So until next time, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, hold on.
Did you get him?